Swing the right foot back so you're in a modified side plank with the left hand out in front of the shoulder a bit. You'll notice that if you do nothing, the bicep is going to tend to face inward. More internal rotation is what we tend to do when you are on one arm or on your arms. Internal rotation tends to be what takes over. So at the minimum, if we just externally rotate the arm, so if we turn the bicep forward and you watch how my shoulder blade, the bottom of the wingtip here kind of pushes into my back, it'll create a little back bend. We're gonna keep the back bend for now. And you'll notice the shoulder head goes back behind my body. I'm gonna show you from the front angle. You know, I got most of my weight in my knees, okay, but some weight in the hands. So you roll in, shoulder rolls forward, roll the shoulder back, think from up here, shoulder back, and then let the bicep follow the shoulder, okay? The bottom of your shoulder blade can nudge your spine into extension, into a back bend. We wanna start there. We're gonna iron that out in a moment, but I'd like you to really roll in and roll out and really get the action of external rotation dialed in, because that's our alignment, our bone structural alignment for today. Muscle engagement will be internal rotation, the opposite. So here's internal and here's external. Shoulder, think from the shoulder back, then rotate at the arm, okay? Until you feel the bottom of your shoulder blade kind of press your chest towards, in my case, the wall. Now with the external rotation in the arm, try to isometrically turn in, like you're gonna turn the bicep this way, but don't move. Just actively try to do the opposite. Don't change the alignment, keep the alignment, and then try to turn in with that alignment. That's your side plank shoulder, okay? You'll know because you'll feel like your shoulder blade is kind of locked onto your spine and your arm bone is locked into the shoulder socket. It feels very stable, strong, effortful. Okay, release. With your hand a little bit above shoulder height, okay? So think about the triangulation we talked about, not a pillar, but triangle, so a little above shoulder height. You can roll in, see my shoulder is now forward, my bicep is facing down more, and roll out. Bicep is going to turn like you're turning, as if you're trying to turn your hand out, but keep your hand, the index finger facing up is probably plenty. Turn the bicep out until you feel your chest lifts. Now try to keep the external rotation, and then as if you're gonna turn your hand down, don't turn it, but isometrically turn the arm bone in. We're gonna add on one new action here, okay? Get the alignment, externally rotate. So that means the shoulder will be back, down, and posterior tilted into the rib cage. Once you get that, now isometrically internally rotate as if you're gonna turn the arm back in. Then your ribs, for a side plank, pull the ribs down without turning the arm bone in. If you pull the ribs down, it'll feel like your right shoulder blade and your rib cage kind of push into each other. They create like a suction cup. That's the action of stabilizing the scapula. So the arm bone externally rotating and isometrically internally rotating, you've stabilized at the shoulder joint here, but the shoulder blade posterior tilt with the rib cage flexed creates stabilization at the scapulocostal joint. This time, right foot, heel toes down halfway. Now you got more weight bearing on the left shoulder, so you're gonna externally rotate, try to get the shoulder back behind you until you feel the chest goes forward towards your right toes. Once you have that, then lock in. Try to isometrically turn the arm bone in and pull the ribs back if possible. Reach the right arm up, modified side plank with a decent amount of weight in the left hand now. You're trying to keep the external rotation while isometrically internally rotating. Level 1 of side plank is to do it on knees. It's a little less weight. So that would be like this, block between the thighs like this, less weight. And you do the same actions. Externally rotate the arm, isometrically turn back in, and then ribs down. Now you're in side plank. Okay, side plank on knees is level 1. Level 2, place the block between your shins. You turn this top leg in, okay? Or even easier is block between the upper thighs. If you've done this before, go between shins, it'll be difficult, but then you rise up, get the external rotation of the arm, shoulder head back. Once you have that, isometrically turn in and pull the ribs in so you get nice strong in the core, but the shoulder is still in that position. Then I bring my head back and arm up.